What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. I am on spectator mode on Amiens today on the Redux version for the Incursions competitive Battlefield 1 game mode. So this is the most recent map to show up on the alpha playtest, and I thought instead I would give you guys more of a spectator mode just to kind of run through what they've been doing differently, and you guys can kind of leave down your opinions down below if you feel like there should be more changes when it comes to this map, or if they try to leave it as similar to what it is in the base version of Battlefield 1. I'm over here by the sea bridge. The flag is not on the bridge as it is normally on Conquest mode. It's closer to these buildings, but pulling around you'll see a lot more sandbags and different barrels and barbed wire. They seem to be giving a lot more cover in these general areas here, especially these long narrow paths that are going down through the buildings on Amiens. Amiens is really known for having a lot of these long narrow paths between the buildings. So we're gonna kind of begin to push out more past the bridge here, as there's not much that's really changed from that area. You'll notice coming up here, still more sandbags that again is located on the street. Now I'm going to look over here to the right side and see again there are the pathways down there for players who on Conquest who might want to avoid getting behind C a little bit, or wanting to get past C and you want to move up towards where you would see D bridge, or over here where E flag is at. But as you guys can notice over here, this is completely different, as we actually have basically a plaza that's right between the two bridges, where normally we just have a bunch of buildings, and there is a building that you can jump into, but you can't really go deep into it. All you really have is that pathway that you're seeing there at the bottom right that is normally there on Conquest mode. But as of right now on the Redux version Amiens, there is a bit of an open space that's right up there now, where you can move up a couple stairs and then move back down a couple stairs and begin to push your way towards the next flag. So still on the game mode that they have is basically a smaller version of operations, where one team is defending a sector, and if they lose that sector they get pushed back. So this is the second part of that sector, that if you guys are able to push the enemy team back, they will have to defend this area here. So it's just a little bit right outside where E flag is at. And again, more cover everywhere. You can see them wanting to really especially cover up those long narrow pathways, as if you're trying to push up, you can it would be a little bit difficult if people are just waiting for you to push up there on the defending side. So a lot of cover there, and I'm going to wrap almost all the way around. I'm going to come out and pull out to the other side, working my way down towards where C flag is at over the bridge here. So again, more cover just all around. This is where you're going to be pushing up from once you're able to cap that first sector right there. So kind of different than the Amiens we're used to, not extremely different, not something that we've kind of been seeing on Giant Shadow, where Giant Shadow is really just basically a different map altogether on Incursions. But this is a little bit of their first steps on changing up things on Amiens. So it's kind of our first look, as we originally, when we saw it first pop on the Incursions mode, it was basically the exact same map, but now there is a bit of some changes here, as we're going to see another plaza location right here that originally is not on the base version of Amiens. And if you might be a little bit lost, you'll catch on pretty quickly off of where this is going to connect to, as we're going to work our way down towards these two hallways, and you're going to begin to kind of realize exactly where you're at right here, and you're just about to push your way all the way into where B flag is going to be at. And fortunately there's a lot of dust over here, so it's kind of hard to get a good look at the hallway, but for the most part you can, or whatever, the alleyway you would say it, but for the most part it's the exact same thing that we're looking at here normally. Again, there's no flag here, as the flag is outside where I was earlier, but there is more pathways. Instead of having that one path right there where you normally would get out of when it comes to Amiens, we do have that path there on the right side, which is where I was just up there earlier, that you can walk down this flight of stairs on. Or again, you can push over to the left side now, which has another pathway, and another door you can move out of. So they have a bunch of these posts in these alleyways, probably to keep the tanks out from, you know, pushing where normally you would probably want to be flanking as an infantry player. So there's a lot of those on the map right now, as I'm going to go and work my way downwards, again seeing more sandbags and wooden planks to give you more cover on those long narrow stretches. And we're going to work our way back all the way out to the next flag that you would have to capture if you were able to cap that sector right there. So for the most part though, that's basically the big changes though on this map, as I'm going to work my way over to the larger building that is by F flag normally on conquest mode. That is going to be, actually that building is going to be where you're going to have to defend the last sector, as that is where the flag is located at. So yeah, definitely not much of a change when anything comes out over here that I noticed. If anything, it was very minute. So, you know, if would be up to you guys what you guys think off of, do you think they should bring more changes when it comes to all the sectors? Seems like the largest amount of change is on that middle sector of the Amiens map, and whenever it comes to the very start and the very end, everything's basically the same. So, you know, it would be interesting to hear you guys' opinion. Do you think there should be more changes when it comes to this? I'm not really sure the reasons why there's only really kind of small little changes here and there. It would be kind of interesting to hear more of the thoughts on the devs on the reasoning behind this stuff. But for the most part, it is again basically the exact same thing. It is nice though to see Amiens on Incursions, as this is going to be, you know, one of the most popular maps on BF1. So definitely a good call for them to bring it on here. It would be, I think I would like to see a little bit more changes when it comes to some of the different parts of the sectors, as we have the last part here. I'd like to see a little bit more different. It's a different feel, something different. I don't really care really what it is. A little bit more, I guess, than the debris and the sandbags, certain things like that on the ground. More, you know, to say to the point of what we have there earlier with the plazas. I think those are nice little touches, and I think they would go a little bit of a, you know, a long way when it comes to these maps. As I'm rolling over here, trying to see if there's any of the artillery gun that's there, but it's not the case. But again, feel free to let me know your guys' comments down below, how you guys feel about this, if you're looking maybe for more of a change, or you want to revert maybe more back to what Amiens is originally. But that's basically it for you guys today. Again, I appreciate you guys being here. My name's Livin, and I'll catch you guys again later.